right, I got to ask you some clarity on this because this is an interaction that millions of people have every single day. It's the interaction with their healthcare provider, their physician. And that relationship has dramatically changed in the last few decades. And it's largely because of insurance companies. And we think it's something else. We even think it's the doctor, it's trying to make more money, but it's really the insurance company. So we'll just use, for example, we have the capacity now for some incredibly comprehensive blood work to get done, right? Our blood work can tell a story, really. It's not just these kind of rudimentary points that, a standard blood panel recently is like your triglycerides, HDL, LDL, and this. But we can find out so much more. Particle size of the the LDL particles. We can look at hormones in relationship to these things. And all this is available. But because of insurance companies, and this is the thing, and this has been an argument people have even shared over the years, like, okay, we found out about getting this test done. How do I get it done? My doctor won't do this for me.
You got it.
Right?
Yeah.
So what's going on there? How have insurance companies impacted the relationship between doctors and patients?
Drastically. And it's not the clinician's fault. I can tell you, it's not. Clinicians are not bad people. They want to help you. They came into this to be a steward to society. Most of them were the same as me. You come out, you're bright-eyed, you're bushy-tailed, you think you're going to make a difference, and the system chews you up and spits you out. And after they've done it for a decade and they've been yelled at by their patients, yelled at by the insurance companies, threatened by the insurance companies, they get scared and they get gun-shy and they quit trying to practice predictive, proactive, personalized medicine because the system's not built to do that. And so I can tell you firsthand, because I also owned a blood lab, believe it or not. That was one of the things I did. And we build the insurance companies. And I would go out and I would educate clinicians in the state of Texas about the importance of getting proactive and predictive. And I would say, hey, why are we waiting for these people to get chronically ill to act? We can use blood work as a leading indicator to get ahead of chronic disease. And if we want to stop the 5 chronic diseases that are killing mankind, the best way to do it is to stop them from ever evolving in the first place. And that was my pitch. And I got thousands of clinicians in the state of Texas to begin to get proactive and predictive and to test blood work. Within 3 months, I'm not kidding you, clinicians were calling me, hey man, I got a letter from United saying if I keep pulling blood work, they're going to terminate my contract. Hey, I got a letter from Blue Cross Blue Shield Brigham saying if I keep pulling this comprehensive blood work, they don't think there's medical necessity. They're telling me I should only be doing a basic lipid panel. What do I do? And my answer is, you're the doctor. You tell them to F off. They didn't go to med school, and then they put you under clinical review, and now your doctor's getting stuck on the phone for an hour with another doctor that's on their payroll that is pushing back on, oh, this kid's 25 years old or 30 years old. I don't think we should have been doing this. I fundamentally disagree with your clinical decision. I'm going to put that in this chart. If you violate this again, we're going to cut your contract. And if you lose that contract, you're out of business as a doctor. You've got medical school loans, you've got a mortgage payment, you got that Porsche payment. These guys and girls are just trying to make livings and their livelihoods on the line. And then if they do the test and the insurance denies it, we go back to the conundrum of now you're going to get a bill because they're making me bill you. The insurance companies have captured all of it, from the doctor to the hospital to the patient to the labs, the pharmacies, all of it has been captured. Nobody can fight these guys. They're the biggest gangsters out there. Like, they are the mob. They're the modern day mob, and they control all of healthcare right now, hand in hand with Big Pharma. And so it is drastically impacted the patient relationship. It makes it really hard for those clinicians to provide true care.
Yeah.
They've taken all the tools out of their tool belt.
Yeah. They have to operate in a very, very vanilla space and standard of care.
Yeah.
It's standard of care, and you have to stay within those barriers or you can get wiped out very quickly.
And we could go back to the opioids, and this is a prime example. Think of this. I'm a clinician in the 2000s, early 2000s. I got a rep coming into my practice talking about breakthrough pain. I've got professors from Harvard and Stanford that are now exposed today that we know were on the payroll for the Sackler family, coming into my practice, hosting dinners, explaining how I'm being a shitty clinician if I don't get serious about breakthrough pain and helping treat chronic pain, okay? I have an alternative to this. If I believe that these drugs are addictive, which by the end of it, people did, you had an alternative, which is especially for orthopedic procedures or joint pain, you had topical pain creams. Well, insurance companies quit covering those. So it's the same thing. Patients would have had to pay cash out of pocket. If you give the patient a choice between paying $180 for a pain cream out of their pocket that's non-addictive, non-abusive, or write them a prescription opioid that's going to make them high and fix their pain and it's covered by the insurance, they're going to go that path. Okay, then you look at the tools in your tool belt to prevent abuse. Toxicology, pharmacogenetic testing, those are gone. Those are taken out of your tool belt by the insurance companies. So every check and balance and safety net was ripped away from those clinicians. They were forced to write these opioids because they didn't really have another option. They're trying to treat pain and help patients to the best of their ability. They're being pressured, peer pressured, and influenced by their peers who are on the take, getting paid at academia. And then we see the exact same thing. We think you would learn the same exact hijacked system occurred again. And we're just now, 4 years later going, yeah, man, that was kind of messed up. Like now all of us are like, I don't think I trust these guys anymore.